Their research methodology calls professors. I'm Chen Xijun, a PhD student in the field of educational psychology. My student number is PHP 233067. The title of my study is Social Support, Positive Psychological Strengths, and Gratitude as Mediators of Academic Burnout and Suicide Ideation among Chinese college students. I would like to introduce my study from 4 parts. Respectively, the background, research objectives, methodology, and expected findings. And then I would give a conclusion in the end. Let's begin. Firstly, I would introduce the background of the study. When students face chronic stress due to various academic demands, they may experience academic burnout. Previous study explained the different reasons behind academic burnout, such as academic pressure, work overload, and other psychological factors, including emotional exhaustion, negative attitude, and a feeling of low accomplishment, especially for medical students. Suicide ideation means thoughts about purpose, fully ending one's own life. A potential strong relationship between suicide and the psychological symptoms have been reported. However, there is an unanswered question regarding the relationship between academic burnout and suicide ideation, and the protective factors that can potentially buffer the negative effects of academic burnout and reduce the likelihood of suicide thoughts. For developing effective interventions to enhance Chinese students' mental health. Therefore, different sources of social support for positive psychological strengths and gratitude are worth to be explored in further study. So, based on this background, there are 6 research objectives of my study. First one, to identify the relationship of perceived social support with academic burnout and suicide ideation among Chinese college students. The second one, to identify the relationship of positive psychological strengths with academic burnout and suicide ideation among Chinese college students. The third one, to identify the relationship of gratitude with academic burnout and suicide ideation among Chinese college students. Fourth, to identify the perceived social support as a mediator of academic burnout and suicide ideation among Chinese college students. Fifth, to identify the positive psychological strengths as mediators of academic burnout and suicide ideation among Chinese college students. The last one, to identify the gratitude as a mediator of academic burnout and suicide ideation among Chinese college students. For the third part, I will explain the methodology of my study. As we all know, China has a large population, so this study will choose a quantitative research method to generate factor reliable outcome data. China has 31 provinces, according to Zhang's article published in 2022, compared to the rest of the 30 provinces. Hebei province has the highest suicide rate, average over the 3 decades. So the study's participants would choose from Hebei province. Moreover, according to China's Health Statistic Yearbook in 2022, apart from the elderly people, the age group with the highest suicide rate is 20 to 24 years old, and the Chinese college students are the main group of the age. So this study would take more than 500 college students from Hubei province as participants with a random sampling method to ensure the representative sample. So the data will be collected through an online questionnaire, which consists of 6 instruments. The first one, the demographic variables, including gender, age, year of study, residence, family status, family income, and ethnic group. The second one, academic burnout, assessed by Learning Burnout of Undergraduate Skills, which developed by Chinese scholar Lian Rong in 2006. Third one, suicide ideation, assessed by the Scale for Suicide Ideation, which was compiled by Beck in 1979. And the Chinese scholar Li Xianyun revised it into Chinese version in 2010. Fourth, social support is assessed by perceived social support scale developed by the Met and revised by Chinese scholar Jiang Qianjing in 2005. Fifth, positive psychological strengths are assessed with positive psychological capital questionnaire developed by Chinese scholar Zhang Kuo in 2010. Last one, gratitude is assessed with gratitude questionnaire Chinese version 6-item form, which was compiled by McCullough in 2002, and Chinese scholar Wei Chang and Zhu Huiting revised the scholar into Chinese version. After data is collected, then do the data analysis. Firstly, the detection and handling of missing values and outlets to do data cleaning, and then do the mediation analysis. Application of structure equity modeling to examine the mediating impact of social support, positive psychological strengths, and gratitude on the association between academic burnout and suicide ideation. Use Amos or SPAS alongside the process macro. So, check the p-value for each path. If the p-value is less than a set of level of significant, usually 0.05, the path is considered significant. Path A, X to M, the effect of independent variable on the mediator. Path B, M to Y, after controlling X, the effect of mediator on the dependent variable. The third path, after controlling M, X to Y, the direct effect of the independent variable on the dependent variable. The product of path A and path B for the indirect effect. So the effect of the independent variable on the dependent variable through the mediator. The significance of this indirect effect is tested by using bootstrapping methods. Process provides a confidence interval. If the confidence interval does not contain zero, the indirect effect is considered significant. Part C, the total effect is the overall effect of the independent variable on the dependent variable, regardless of the effect of the mediator. After the data analysis, we would get the results and draw a conclusion. So I would like to introduce the expected findings of my study. First, different sources of social support from family, friends, or significant others will have a correlation with the academic burnout and suicide ideation among Chinese college students. Second, positive psychological strengths, including help, self-efficiency, resiliency, and optimism, will have a significant mediator effect on academic burnout and suicide ideation. Besides, gratitude will mediate academic burnout and suicide ideation. Understanding these mediating roles for developing effective intervention to enhance Chinese students' mental health and reduce suicide ideation. Finally, I would give a conclusion of my study. Based on Chinese college students' academic burnout and suicide ideation background, there are 6 research objectives for this study. And it's a quantitative research, which would take more than 500 college students from Hubei province as the participants. Use the demographic, LBUS, SSI, PSSS, PPQ, CGQ6 as instrumentations. After do the data collection through online questionnaire, do the mediation analysis. In the end, to reach a conclusion of the expected findings. Okay, this is a brief introduction of my study. Thank you for listening.